It all began with a dream in a small West Virginia town. Bob and Carolyn saw opportunity where others saw challenge, turning a humble parts counter into family legacy. 3 generations later, that same spirit of hard work, dedication, and community continues to drive the business forward. From gravel floors to 14 locations strong, this is the story of a family built on NAPA pride.
It all starts with Bob and Carolyn Amtower. Bob was my grandfather. He was in the 1960s working in a NAPA store in Kaiser, West Virginia. He wanted to own his own business, and he started conversation with the store owner, saw an opportunity to own a NAPA store of his own. So he worked for the next several years, working his butt off, and eventually got himself an opportunity to buy the store here in Clarksburg. So he bought this store. He built this building. We've been here since 1971. Family actually lived in the apartment right above the counter in here. He worked for several years to build his business, and then when he passed, my dad, Kevin, took over, and he ran the business for several years, continued to grow. Eventually, in the 1990s, NAPA Distribution Center locally closed, and we bought the distribution center, and it's now the center of our operation. I got involved about 4 years ago, took over the business, and we're up to 14 locations now. We bought a store down the road. The building burned down. We ended up relocating to an old shack back in the holler here. We've got a photo of his mother working the counter. We had gravel floors in the building. He was building this building at the time anyways. And once we got here, the rest is history.
For some, NAPA is a brand. For Mark, it was family. The patch on his dad's shirt wasn't just a logo. It was a promise he grew up to carry forward, turning childhood pride into lifelong purpose.
For me, it means a lot of family. I grew up, I always saw the NAPA patch on my dad's shirt. I always associated that logo with my dad. And I remember we would drive past the store and my mom told me stories. I would point at the logo and say, "Dad." I wouldn't say NAPA. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be involved in the business. I ended up going to school, got a degree in industrial engineering. After I graduated, we were buying stores, and I really took an interest in the business.
In a place built on grit and hard work, every truck tells a story, and most of them run on NAPA parts. From oil fields to mountain roads, Mark keeps this community moving with the best parts and even better people.
A lot of folks think of our area being very coal dependent, but a lot of the industry here has moved to oil and gas. And so we see these oil and gas trucks every day, and most of them have NAPA parts. My favorite vehicle is anything that takes NAPA parts. We have parts for everyone. We live in a state with the roads that it's the surface of the moon. There's always a demand for car parts, and we believe that we have the best car parts and the best people in the industry.
Few people get to live out the dream their grandfather started. For him, it's more than a business. It's carrying forward a name, a brand, and a promise built on family, hard work, and the pride of NAPA Blue.
It's an honor. It's an opportunity that most folks don't get. My opportunity stems from a decision that my grandfather made in the 1960s, which is something that a lot of people don't get that opportunity to be involved in, let alone to receive. It does say our name, but we use the NAPA branding. NAPA has a very strong brand, nationally recognized. We believe in quality parts and helpful people, and we've got a real competitive advantage with the people and knowledge that we have. Not everyone gets to work with family. Not every day is easy. It's one of those things where as much as you want to scream and throw a fit, you just can't sometimes, because as much as I want to say bad words, I'm going to see them tomorrow and might see them for dinner. You just got to remember that there's still a business to be run. We still love each other, but ultimately it comes to success. We have to be focused on success.
We asked Mark what he enjoys most about the business. His answer? Every day is different, full of challenges, problems to solve, and something new around every corner.
Probably what I enjoy most about this business is every day something's new. You might have the good days where you have problems to solve and you fix them, and at the end of the day you feel really good. And other days you have problems, you have employee issues that you have to deal with, and it's unique every day, but every day you get the opportunity to fix them and move on to the next one.